with my vino going. I'm like, all right, hold on, let me chill for another 45 minutes. I'll
have my Chinese version of an iced coffee. Well, really, it's more of a cappuccino.
Is it like a boba tea? That's a big straw. Or like a boba style.
So it's a bubble tea place, but there's no bubbles in it. Not a bubble guy in my tea. Get that shit out of there. I don't like it. Yeah. Hello and welcome to the Untranslatable Podcast. We are here recording episode 156, and today we are talking about some Christmas destinations. The holiday time and Christmas time is upon us now, and maybe you're wondering, oh, man, why did I stay home this year for the holidays? I saw the same old people, ate the same old food, did the same old stuff. I need some better Christmas destinations to go to. Well, today, this episode is just for you. We're going to be talking about some various Christmas destinations, and hopefully there are a couple you can add on your list, especially if you've been a good boy or girl. Treat yourself next year for Christmas and check out one of these new destinations. So I'm looking forward to sharing some new places with you and hearing what my amazing co-host has to say today. So without further ado, my good buddy Jared. What's going on, Jared?
It's day 5,960. Okay. It is day... It is day 5,000... 6,000... Damn you, computer. It is day 5,967 of the War on Christmas, and I will not be distracted. We are here talking about Christmas destinations because this war continues. Please spread a little love. Follow us on Instagram. Continue the war there on Christmas. You know what? Honestly, this is great. These are great holiday travel location times too, because I think these actually might work out better for people that honestly don't celebrate Christmas. Because I feel like a lot of people that celebrate Christmas have a lot of them have like expectations, family expectations. But you know, a lot of people that don't celebrate Christmas get Christmas off if they work or live in the western part of the world, and these might actually work better for you. Who knows? Spread a little love. Follow us on Twitter too, Untranslatable 1, the number 1. That's where you can find fun things relating to the podcast, like dictionaries.com's 2019 Word of the Year, which we'll get to in a second. You can also spread a little love and give us 5-star reviews on iTunes and Stitcher. Like, I feel like, I don't know if my mic cuts out when I say that, because I see who listens where and how often people listen, and I also see the 5-star reviews, and it's not lining up. We're also on YouTube. That's nice. Dictionary.com, Chad, put out the 2019 Word of the Year. Before we started recording, you were guessing for some reason, and you were wrong. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at it right now on Dictionary.com in front of me. Dictionary.com's Word of the Year for 2019. 2019, Chad, has been an interesting year, you know. I think we've had a lot of, you like to talk about the environment a lot. We've had a lot of scares with the environment. We continue to have. It's not like we had some scares. We continue to have a lot of political scares. We continue to have a lot of geopolitical scares, international sort of scares. And we're also having a crisis, potentially financially, with all these young people coming up with a lot of debt out of college. And I'd say it's causing a lot of existential crises. Jeez, that would have been a lot better if I actually said it the right way. You know what? Let's start all over. Chad, it's been a crazy 2019.
So is the word existential crisis?
Existential, it's one word. It's not. I just added crisis in there to finish off my sentence. The word is existential, and they have an explanation if you want to hear it.
Yes, please.
All right. Some of this might not make any sense. From existential threats to existential choices. Dictionary.com's really getting weird. Like, I don't even, like, I'm starting to read this. I'm like, is this really how you want to... All right. I'm trash, was the insistent cry of Forky, the googly-eyed spork, whose struggle to be a toy was at the heart of the summer blockbuster Toy Story 4. Forky's plight was entertaining, yes, but it also resonated with a deeper sentiment and word that defined so much of 2019. We know that you must be thinking, Forky, the dictionary? 2019? Well, the thing about Forky is, his dilemma actually speaks to the broader theme of threat and crisis, reflected not only in culture and news, but also in our dictionary work throughout this year. High stakes events around the world involving climate change, gun violence, and democratic institutions were some of the top news stories. And words about these events, from polar vortex to stochastic terrorism, I don't know what that is.
I don't even know what that is.
To exonerate, were top searches in trends on dictionary.com. Notable among searches was existential, which we've chosen as the word of the year for 2019. It captures a sense of grappling with the survival, literally and figuratively, of our planet, our loved ones, our way of life.
There we go. Wow. Interesting.
There's more, but come on, that's a great place to end it. I feel like
that's a very good place to end it.
Wherever they're sitting, just like, oh my god.
Right.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now
it's a little dark.
Now
I guess 2019's been an interesting year.
Now I didn't want to just give you this in a vacuum. So I have some of the previous words of the year throughout the years. And we can just see where and it's interesting. We can kind of predict, or maybe try to predict, where the world was at. So, maybe I'll start at the beginning, actually. Let me start.
Okay.
And I think at least...
Don't tell me the year. Give me the word and let me guess the year.
Okay. This is only going... Well, okay. Well, let me help you.
Okay.
And I'll do it out of order just to make it a little more difficult. It's of the decade. Words of the decade. So this is over the past decade. 2010 to 2019.
Okay.
Bluster.
I don't even know what bluster means.
Do you want to tell you what bluster means?
Yes, please.
Bluster. Hold on.
Bluster. Interesting.
To roar and be tumultuous as wind. To be loud, noisy, or swaggering. Utter loud. Empty, menaces, or protests. He blusters about revenge, but does nothing. It's a verb. To force or accomplish by blustering. He blustered his way through the crowd.
Okay. All right. And what year is this? So you said this is the past decade?
And
so
I can give you some
2010 to now?
And I can give you the explanation too, and leave out the year.
Okay. Yeah, let's
In
hear
a
it.
year known for the Occupy movement and what became known as the Arab Spring, our lexicographers chose bluster as their word of the year. Here's an excerpt from our release that year that gives you a good explanation for our choice. This year saw the most expensive political campaigns and some of the most extreme weather events in human history, from floods in Australia to cyclones in China to Hurricane Sandy and many others. Blustery indeed.
So is that... Oh, I'm trying to think. That's got to be 2014?
No.
2013?
No. 2012.
Oh, 2012. All right. Give me another one.
Okay. Xenophobia. In 20...
Oh, jeez.
Ooh, I almost said it. Xenophobia. I didn't say it, but I almost said it. No, it's not 2018. In this year, we selected xenophobia as our word of the year. Fear of the other was a huge theme in this year, from Brexit to President Donald Trump's campaign rhetoric and our announcement. We urged our readers to reflect on this term rather than celebrate it.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
What year was this?
So that's got to be 20. It's got to be 2016, 2017.
Make a guess.
2016.
Chad. Thank
2016.
you. It's 2016.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't choose three at once.
Can't choose two.
It's
2012, 2013, 2014,
Yeah.
2015. Yeah.
How'd you know?
Right. Right.
Exposure. Spoiler alert, things don't get less
Exposure.
serious than this year. Our word of the year was exposure, which highlighted the year's Ebola virus outbreak, shocking acts of violence both abroad in the U.S., and widespread theft of personal information.
2018.
No.
Right? Was coming in hot, and that was
Where
not
do you
okay.
where do you live? Do you live
China.
in this world?
Clearly not in the same world as you, Jared. So okay, wait. So Ebola.
Ebola was not last year.
2017. Then.
2014.
Oh, no, nowhere close. All right. We got to stop this because
All
this
right,
is
one
just
more.
making me feel terrible.
One more.
Okay.
One more. Change. This is the past decade. It wasn't trendy, funny, nor was it coined on Twitter, but we thought change told a real story about how our users define this year. Unlike in 2008, change was no longer a campaign slogan, but the term still held a lot of weight. Here's an excerpt from the word of the year. The national debate can arguably be summarized by the question. In the past, this amount of years, has there been enough change? Has there been too much? Meanwhile, by the way, there's never too much. The answer is never yes to too much. Meanwhile, many Americans continue to face. Well, maybe I guess I take that back. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a bold statement.
Meanwhile, many Americans continue to face change in their homes, bank accounts, jobs. Only time will tell if the latest wave of change Americans voted for in the midterm elections will result in negative or positive outcome.
So that's got to be 2012?
2010.
Oh, all right.
If I'm not mistaken,
Well-
2012 was an election year. Because 2008 was a election year. So yeah, 2012 was a full-on election year.
Oh, right. Gotcha. Not that.
Well,
Okay. Gotcha.
Chad, this is what happens when you get all your news from meme news.
That's true.
It's interesting
That's
though.
very true.
All of these words are like they're. I can just run through. Like there are no fun words. Like it's never the words never flim flam. 2011 was tergiversate.
I don't even know what that means.
Hold on.
Yeah, you can't not explain what that word is after dropping that one.
Tergiversate. To change repeatedly one's attitude or opinion with respect to a cause, subject, or subject. So it's just like I guess the flip flop on a
Okay.
on a
And what?
tergiversate.
What year was that?
Tergiversate. 2011. Tergiversate. Bluster,
Interesting.
2012. Privacy was 2013. That was the Snowden year. Exposure was
yep.
2014. Identity was 2015. Language around gender and sexual identity started becoming part of the zeitgeist. That's my word of the year. I just learned that one.
That's a good word.
Xenophobia was, as I said, 2016. Complicit was 2017. You're complicit.
Okay.
Those who are silent are complicit, and I think that
Right.
had a lot to do with things like maybe Me Too or misinformation.
Republican Party, maybe.
Yes, very good. Yes, that's too.
Yeah,
Yeah, where it's like you either someone who doesn't vote is complicit in what's
Right.
happening right now, or someone that
Right.
votes but says like, oh no, I only voted for him because of the financial reasons. It's like, yeah, well, you're complicit in all the other shit. And then misinformation was 2018.
That's fair. Well, Jared, do we want to quickly talk about? I got some questions for my students
Sure, yeah.
And I did a Christmas edition of my conversation hour.
They don't celebrate Christmas.
Well, I'll get to that.
Okay.
I'll get to that because I'll start with that question, actually. Let me find it really quick. So, Jared asked, do they celebrate Christmas here? One of my students asked me, will you eat apples on the eve of Christmas like some Chinese people?
Will you eat apples on the eve of Christmas like some Chinese people? Okay, see, that sentence was foreign to me. We don't have any apple-based traditions for our Christmas.
So that's the thing. I don't know why, but here in China, you give your friends and family members an apple. I guess it symbolizes. I would guess it symbolizes like good health, being caring. I guess I don't know, but
even if they don't celebrate Christmas,
right? Like that's like a thing they do here is they'll give like friends and family an apple during Christmas time. And the funny thing is, so Jared, humor me and go on this website for me. It's BAO Pals PALS.com, baopals.com. And baopals.com is a website here where, so Taobao, if you tuned into our China episode,
I'm going incognito just to
ooh, there you go.
Evade. Like it's going to do anything.
Taobao is like the biggest online shopping platform here in China, and Baopals is basically
12/12 year-end sale.
English, and we can talk about that too for a minute if you want as well. Because Jared, I bought some stuff. Because I bought some stuff that was on sale.
The sales on the homepage are popcorn kernels, Andes mint, which is a mint I haven't seen since I was like 8.
Or if you go to like a restaurant, you might get one.
I remember that at the old school Anita's Kitchen I used to go to in Troy back in the day. Folding plastic bathtub. Those are just the 3 things along the homepage. Anyway.
So Jared, if you click on Christmas... and you click on, I think, either like stocking stuffers or like gift sets or gift baskets, something like that.
Yes.
If you click on those, every gift basket that I saw had an apple in it. So there were like some chocolates and some like other stuff. Every gift basket I saw had an apple in it. So if you're curious about how Chinese people celebrate Christmas, that is kind of how they celebrate it. So that was an interesting question.
Sorry, they have some super trendy... I went to the Christmas gifts for women. They have some super trendy, cool-looking Christmas sweaters. These are like the coolest, ugly sweaters I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
I was like,
I almost bought myself a Christmas
pretty
sweater.
Cheap
there
too.
were some really cool ones.
What's 89 RMB about?
89
I have a
RMB
computer in front of me.
Is 70 RMB is $10. So 89 is
so it's maybe like $11. It's $12.64.
There we go. Yeah.
That's not nothing. Wow.
Well, Jared,
great.
I can tell you I bought yesterday because it was the 12/12 sale, which for our listeners who aren't in China, we have a huge sale in China, which is basically their version of Black Friday, which is 11/11, which is the 11th of November. And so they also now do a 12/12 kind of end of the year sale. So, Jared, I bought 13 things last night, some warmer clothes for the winter. I'm having a really difficult time finding T-shirts in my size in stores, which I don't know why, because like I'm not any bigger than most of the Asian guys I see walking around. Actually, a lot of them, believe it or not, are taller than me. So I haven't been able to find I just want like some plain white, plain black, plain blue T-shirts. So I got some of those. What else did I buy? I bought some Christmas wrapping paper because I will be exchanging some gifts with my girlfriend and some friends for Christmas. So needed some Christmas wrapping paper, a couple other small things for my apartment. And I bought 13 things, Jared, and it came out to for 13 things, it came out to about $100.
That's not bad. I mean, that's great. That's better than not bad.
Yep.
I want to hear some more of these questions. I want to know. I want to know how Chinese take on Christmas.
Sure. This was an interesting one. I wasn't really sure how to answer this one, but one of my students asked me. Nowadays, many people believe that Santa Claus is true or real. what do you think of the phenomenon? So I explained how
He's totally real.
Well, I explained to my
And he
students
prefers to go by
how-
they.
That's right. You better believe it. Santa's very inclusive, Jared. Don't you put that on Santa. But I explained to my students how, like, when you kind of realize that Santa isn't real, in a lot of ways, Christmas kind of loses its magic. I hope that wasn't a spoiler alert for any of our listeners out there. But I think it really does lose its magic. I remember the first year. You don't think so? I remember the first year.
I mean,
where,
I've always been like I am right now, though. That's the thing.
what, skeptical about everything and anything?
No, but I remember when like it was ruined kind of on an accident. I don't even remember who the dude was, but he was older than me. And I remember we were on a bike ride. My dad was there. This dude was there. I was there, and he just sort of like said it out of nowhere. My dad like gave me that look back, and I was like, you know.
Oh, that's a terrible. Well, I'm trying to think. I mean, I think
Doesn't make
most kids
sense.
do.
It never really made sense.
I mean, no, it doesn't. But that's why it's magical.
But I'm not. I don't feel like I'm. I mean, obviously, I look forward to Santa and all that stuff, but I feel like I'm never really precious about. I was never really too precious about that stuff.
Right.
I mean, I obviously look forward to Santa and stuff, and maybe it was a bummer. Maybe I just had to pretend like I was tough, and I was like, yeah, we all knew, right?
Right. One tear rolls down Jared's cheek. All right, let me give you a couple other ones. This one was an interesting one, and I had never thought about Secret Santa this way. And for our listeners out there who aren't from the States and don't know what Secret Santa is, it's usually like a group of friends or even like maybe at your workplace. You pull a name out of a hat, or like it's random when you get a name, and then you buy a gift for them kind of anonymously. So you don't know who your Santa is, Secret Santa. And so one of my students asked me, is it true that most people do Secret Santa because they are broke, and this way you don't have to buy gifts for everyone?
Oh,
I thought that was kind of interesting. I had never thought of Secret Santa in that way. Then I don't know. But what's your take on it?
No,
Jared?
because most people I've done Secret Santa with. It's been the times I've done it, or similar as White Elephant. It's a little different, but it's a similar concept. I've done it at our fraternity. And I've seen it often done at work before, and obviously with friends, I've seen it done before.
Right.
And I've seen it mostly done in situations where there's usually not a lot of pressure already to get people a present. You know,
Right.
It's not like. It's not like you're relying on this to get, like, if you wanted to get your friend or significant other or coworker some heartfelt gift, this is not the moment to do it, you know?
No, definitely
Like,
not.
it's more like a fun, like, bonding situation more than anything, and a reason to get people together, I feel like. So I feel, and yeah, there's usually a limit on it, but that's usually just mostly to make it more creative, I think, more than anything. I feel like it has nothing to do with, because most of the people I do it with is like, first of all, I don't have to even, most times that I've done it, I didn't have to partake in it. No one's forcing me to. And,
Right.
like, I wouldn't have gotten these people gifts anyway. So, like, it's
True.
So it's more just for like a fun times with people.
Absolutely. And I think the limit also has an element of fairness to it as well.
Yeah.
Because not everyone is as well off as each other. And so it's like that episode of The Office where they do the Secret Santa, and then I think Michael Scott buys an iPod for
and
Ryan.
like, the wrong person
and they're all
gets
trying
it.
to trade it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I would agree. But yeah, so that was interesting. And so I explained the concept of Secret Santa and also White Elephant. All right, this is my last question I'll give you, Jared, and then we will go into the shout-outs. When I read this question, I just laughed. So I thought it was hilarious. I think not this year, but in the future, I totally want to do this. Will you dress up as Santa Claus and give Christmas presents to children this Christmas?
No, but what you should do is dress up as Krampus like they did when we were studying abroad and scare the shit out of us.
Hilarious, right? So for our listeners out there that don't know what Jared's talking about, when Jared and I were in Vienna, Austria, they have a day, I believe it's St. Nicholas Day, isn't it? It's on the 5th or 6th of December.
Yeah,
and we
I don't
still
know what
had
it is, but
class.
yeah.
And we still had
December.
class, and I remember we're sitting there, and then we hear like a knock on the window. We look over, and there's this creepy like goat-looking thing with like a staff.
Yeah.
And then it scared the living shit out of me. I don't know about you, Jared.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And it was the good old Krampus, which is like this creepy German and Austrian.
I never heard of it when I lived in Germany.
Really?
Granted, I was young and I was in an international school. So.
I think it's a southern German thing too, though, as well.
Okay.
I think. But yeah, and so anyways, the Krampus, if you've been naughty, he will put you in his sack and haul you away and beat you. So yeah, and they also
that's
have
way
a
worse than
thing.
getting coal.
Oh, for sure. They have a similar thing in the Czech Republic, and some of my colleagues last year, Jared, were telling me that their children. It has like scarred and traumatized some of my colleagues.
Yeah,
children.
I can imagine that.
Yeah, it would scare the crap out of me.
But is it the parents that are doing it?
Well, so no, it's usually someone in the town or village that they know that dresses up and does it.
Yeah, because I was like, you don't need to expose your kid to this
right.
torture.
And some parents don't. The funny thing is though is that I guess one of my colleagues was telling me when she was a little girl, they had a kid in their town or village that was kind of a jerk, and then the parents told the guy, they were like, "Look, we actually want you to like kidnap our kid." Just for a little bit to scare him enough. Apparently, that set him straight. So there you go.
No,
I'm not advocating for this, but
an even bigger asshole now.
Could be. That could be.
There's no way that set him straight.
I don't know. They said he behaved a whole lot better.
That is terrible parenting. That is terrible parenting. Hey, just make it seem like our kid's actually getting kidnapped.
Right. Oh, man, go with European Christmas traditions. So there you go. Well, Jared, I think it's time that we...
Oh, yes. Spread a little love. I agree.
And my first one goes out to the hunters of our home state of Michigan because they have donated 58,000 pounds of venison and $100,000 to feed over 232,000 hungry people. So
Damn.
Michigan deer hunters are donating an all-time record amount of venison this holiday season to Michigan Sportsmen Against Hunger. The nonprofit group partners with the Michigan Department of Natural Resources and the Food Bank Council of Michigan in helping connect hunters to charities that feed people in need. The donated meat is given to local food banks and homeless shelters. So 2019 has been a record-breaking year. Michigan hunters have donated more than 58,000 pounds of venison, which is enough meat to serve 232,000 meals.
Wow. I like
that.
that.
Yeah, it's really, really crazy. So yeah, I think it's pretty amazing to do this, and I think it's really great.
The money on top of that, too.
Right, absolutely. Well, and the other thing is, too, I think there are a lot of people... like animal rights activists who advocate really against hunting. But the thing is that nowadays, at least in Michigan, deer don't really have any serious natural predators. I mean, yes, there are coyotes, but there aren't that many of them to my knowledge. Right. Well, that's the thing, is that if we don't hunt, the deer population skyrockets. There will be a lot more car accidents. And I'm sorry, but...
Well, as far as sustainability goes, hunting is... by far, and most people that are hunting, especially deer, are mostly eating it. You know, like people aren't just like like it's not like some dude posing next to a friggin' elephant or something. Yeah,
right.
And so like a lot of these people that donated probably took a good enough to feed their family for like months and months, and then still gave away a bunch. You know,
absolutely.
Yeah, so and they're probably and a lot of people that hunt like that don't go to the grocery store for literally months a lot of times.
Right. At least
for meat, excuse me.
Right.
And so honestly, I feel like people that eat meat from like a store should feel way more guilty than people that hunt and eat meat. It seems way more sustainable and way better for the environment, and the meat's probably going to be better quality too.
Absolutely. So shout out to all the hunters in Michigan. And also Michigan Sportsmen Against Hunger organization as well for helping out these people. I think that's super great because, yeah, when you get a deer, depending on how big it is, it can be a lot of meat, and it's good to see that won't be going to waste. So, Jared, my next shout out goes out to Kansas City because Kansas City has become the first major American city,
Missouri or Kansas?
Universal. Let me check here.
I'm going to
not
guess
sure if it
Missouri
says.
because I think that's the bigger one. I don't
yeah,
know
it
why.
doesn't
I
say.
don't know why I had to throw you off like that. That was unnecessary. I apologize.
It's okay.
They're right next
It's okay.
to each other,
So,
and they
so
have the
anyways,
same name.
Kansas City becomes the first major American city with universal, fare-free public transportation. City
Interesting.
Council voted unanimously to make city bus routes fare-free, directing the city manager to develop and enact a plan. The city's light rail was already free. Free bus service, which is expected to cost about $8 million, has been pitched as a major help to low-income residents who rely on transit to commute to work. New Mayor Quentin Lucas helped spearhead the plan with the support of the city opinion leaders, including the Kansas City Star's editorial board. Other supporters included City Councilman Eric Bunch. So there we go.
It is Missouri.
It is.
Which,
Great. Thank you.
My lady friend here is actually going to be taking public transportation to Detroit this weekend, and I who have lived here for the majority of my life have never taken the public transportation here. And if I'm around, I might not be around. I might try to join her just to
Nice.
for
See what
and
it's like.
come back with a report on what
Ooh,
the Metro
that'd be
Detroit
good.
public. But I might not be able to join her, so I can't promise that. But
No,
when she told me
I
today that
have-
she was going to take public transportation, I was like, oh, interesting, because
Right.
I have never taken it, and apparently it's not that bad from here. So we'll see.
I've taken the what's that thing called? Is it the people?
Oh, the
no,
people
it's-
mover, yeah, the monorail.
No, yeah, I haven't taken the people mover. It's smaller. It's like a tram
And like it goes through like Midtown
on
as
Woodward.
well.
I think. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I can't think of what it's
Forget
called, but
what
I know what
that's
you're talking
called.
about.
But
Yeah,
I took
Q
that, and that was
something or
pretty
something?
good. The Q. I think it's just called the
Oh,
Q.
is that what it is?
Isn't it?
Oh, okay.
I think
All right.
so. I could be
All right.
wrong, but yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I'm curious to hear about that, Jared. But you know what else
How
I'm
was
curious
the
to
queue,
hear
by the
about?
way? How was the
It was
queue?
very good.
I
Very
see
good.
it. I drive by it. It is the queue line, yeah. Mm-hmm. I've never been on it, though. Anyway, yeah. Untranslatables, that's what we're here for. Kind of, I guess. Part of what we're here for. We love to do them. The untranslatable.co, Amaran's new endeavor. She had an untranslatable today, which was OPE.
Oh, yes.
And
I
I-
explained OPE to my students.
I commented saying, I've lived in the Midwest for most of my life, and I didn't realize that I was saying a Midwestern untranslatable until a couple months ago when you told me.
Yep, it's very true. That's a good
It's
one.
like, oh,
And
everyone doesn't say this?
OPE is the universal phrase for everything and anything, I would say, in Michigan.
OPE.
OPE. OPE. And if
When
you,
we get
if you
around,
want
yeah.
some proof, go ahead and listen to Lose Yourself by Eminem, because
Oh, yeah.
I hear OPE, there goes gravity. I could be wrong. It might be O, but I hear OPE. OPE, there goes gravity. OPE.
Well, maybe it's written O, but he's saying it as a Midwesterner, you know, because that's what he
True.
is. My first untranslatable is English. It's from Ireland, but it's English.
Okay.
And it's, how would you say this in an Irish accent? Stall the ball.
I don't even know. That's a good question.
Stall the ball. I don't know how to do an Irish accent, really.
Stole the ball, laddie. That's
That
probably more
sounds kind of
Scottish.
Scottish, isn't it?
Yeah, that's probably, yeah. Don't want to be starting a war here.
Stole the bowl. That's English.
That's, yeah.
Oh, he stole
Anyways,
the bowl?
So stall the ball is what you're saying, though?
Stall the ball, yeah.
Is that like hold your horses, wait a minute?
Slow down.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Nice.
Yeah. Stole the bowl?
My first one is
Oi.
Chinese, and it is Ye shi sui le, which means have I become crazy?
Did you do you not understand me, or did you not hear me, or are you missing, or is it like
You're getting warmer.
can you hear me, or are you not hearing
No.
me properly, or
No, this isn't about hearing, Jared. This would be like if you say something to me, you're like, yeah, I took an Uber from Detroit to Baton Rouge.
would it be like if you
I'd be
were
like,
are you, or like if you like question something crazy that I say, you would be like, are you kidding me, kind of thing?
There we go. Are you kidding me? That is exactly what I was looking for. There we go. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Yeah. So if I were to say like I took an Uber from like here to Chicago or something.
Right. Right.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. It was only like $3,000.
Right.
I don't know why people don't do this more often. How much would that be, do you think? Maybe like $500?
It'd be
Maybe
expensive.
more than that. 600
Be
bucks.
expensive. Yeah, I'd say 6 to 1,000 probably would be my guess.
All right. My next untranslatable is Italian. And it is acqua in bocca. You should know what that translates to.
Water in mouth? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is this to be drunk?
No. It's more like... Now, this is not what the untranslatable is, but let me add some words to it.
Okay.
Keep the water in your mouth.
So, like, don't be surprised?
No. Pretend... No.
Be patient?
I'm giving you water,
Uh-huh.
and I want you to keep that water in your mouth. Don't let that water spill out of your mouth when you leave me.
Don't...
I'm giving you water, and I'm
Right.
saying, hey, keep this water in your mouth, okay? Don't let anyone else get this water.
So it's like...
It's like keep your mouth shut. Keep the secret to yourself, you know?
Oh,
Keep a secret.
Okay. Oh, keep a seat. Ah, I see. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hey, Tony, keep the water in your mouth.
Keep the water in your mouth. But Geraldine was caught down the street. Okay. Do you have another one for us?
Giovanni here. Okay. Yeah. My next one is Korean, and it is Sikyun Yukmyokki, which means like eating cold kanji.
Is it like you're confused? Or like you're overwhelmed?
Nope.
Or it's like super easy. It's like super easy. Piece of cake.
What do we say? There we go. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. You're on the ball today, Jared. I love it.
Thank you. All right, fine. I'll do one more. You're right. I am on the ball. This next one is Romanian. Oh, I'm sure I'm going to mess this up. I mean, I guess I
good
could.
way to preface it.
I could. Hold on. See, now I'm curious because I'm just going to mess it up. Nobody wants that. Yeah. I know you hear all these little click clacks. Yeah.
Clickety clack.
All right. Here's what we're going to do. It is Romanian.
You gonna play it?
Mm-hmm. I'm tired of ruining. All right, here we go. Watch, I'm gonna do all this, and it's gonna be like, oh no, we don't. That's not one of the languages we do. Here it is.
Right.
Te înveți cu apă rece.
Sounded Italian.
Yeah.
Te înveți cu apă rece.
Yeah. See, that's why. I
rece.
think that was worth it. To get drunk with cold water.
To get drunk. So is this like to over exaggerate?
Kind of. Now let me.
Like fake something.
Yeah. No.
No. Okay.
It means you're close though. It means it's a Romanian way of saying you're fooling yourself. You know. Or it's like, yeah. So like you were pretty much in line with it, but I was like, I don't know if I can fully give it to you. But I see where your head's at. Yeah. You're playing yourself. That's
right.
2019's version.
There we go. You're playing yourself.
Now let me ask you this,
Jared,
Chad. Can I have I have a question for you. I'm sure you're gonna have a great. Actually, let me hear it. Let me hear the segue you were about to give.
No, go ahead.
No. Please.
I lost the segue. I was gonna say that's why I was hoping you would give yours. All I was gonna say, I guess, is if you don't want to play yourself, maybe you should check out some of these Christmas or holiday destinations.
Yeah, we should have. Oops, sorry, kicked my. Yeah, you're right.
Should have kept with yours. Yeah.
No, I didn't have anything. Would you rather travel or stay home during the holidays?
Oh, good question. I think generally probably stay home because at least By home, I mean I would rather spend time at my parents, just because I get to see all my family and everything like that. But last year we did some serious traveling over the holidays. I think we visited easily 5 or 6 different cities: Prague, Dresden, Karlovy Vary, Vienna, Austria. I thought there was another one in Germany, but maybe not. Dresden, Prague, Vienna, Karlovy Vary. Oh, and we were also, of course, in Chomutov. So I guess that's 5. And it was really great to do some traveling around the holidays. At least in Europe, it wasn't as crowded as I thought it would be, which was pretty surprising because it was right around Christmas time, and Christmas is celebrated in Europe and also around New Year's.
How was the travel wasn't bad? I assume it's probably not going to be as bad if you're local.
Right. The travel wasn't bad. I thought the train stations would be
international or something. I mean,
right. I would say that I was really surprised that I thought the train stations would be packed, but I think a lot of people during that time in Europe, if you're actually a local, you're probably not going to a bunch of different cities. You're probably spending time with your friends and family in your town or your city. So yeah.
That seems to make sense. Mm-hmm. I also would rather stay home, mostly because of the travel part of it. I hate the airport part of it. Really is tough. But I will say, I do like the idea, and I don't hate the idea. Not that I've ever done this, but I don't hate the idea of spending Christmas traveling with my family. Like I have done that before. I spent Christmas in Morocco. No, that was New Year's. And so I never done that before, maybe. But I do like the idea of that, and I feel like I could get past the travel part of it. And also, I'm willing to forego gifts for plane tickets, which is a gift. I'm willing to forego physical gifts easily for that.
Oh, absolutely. I think, speaking of that, Jared, I think that for me, I think some of the best gifts are not material things, but like experiences, right? So a plane ticket allows you to travel. So for me, that would be an experience. Or like another good gift, I think, is like concert tickets or something like that, or tickets to like maybe there's like a new movie coming out or something like that. Like that to me is sometimes a much more exciting gift than just here's a sweater.
I want to ask you, what is it that, and I have, by the way, a list of all the, top blah, 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 best Christmas destinations and all that stuff. Don't worry.
Right.
But I have some questions for you. I have some fodder here for us. When we're talking Christmas destinations, what or your sort of Christmas, what you imagine in your head as a Christmas wonderland. I want to run through some criteria. Tell me, do you need it? Do you not need it? Does it help?
Oh,
Does it not
let's
help?
do it. Yeah, let's
now,
do it.
Now, the number one is obviously snow.
Of course.
You prefer snow for Christmas?
Oh, yeah. When I was a kid, we would spend Christmas very often in Florida because my grandmother lived there, and there was never snow. And then, I got so used to Christmas in Michigan where usually there's snow for Christmas. Yeah.
There's definitely going to be cold, that's for sure, whether there's snow or not.
No kidding.
But,
so, I love seeing snow for Christmas. What about you?
Well, I'm from Michigan, obviously, but I would probably say the majority of my Christmases have been spent in Louisiana, which is where most of my family is. And maybe as a kid, I kind of missed the snow. You hear the songs, and all that stuff. But as an adult, nothing beats wearing a T-shirt outside in December. So I think I don't need it. I don't need that. And I would happily give up snow for warm weather and Christmas easily.
Interesting. Okay.
Holiday markets, Christmas markets.
I think they're really great, especially for the whole Christmas ambiance or Christmas atmosphere, but I don't need them. I like them. Like if I'm in a country where there are Christmas markets, I'll definitely go check them out. But, for me, what I really associate Christmas with is being at home at my parents', cuddled up on the couch with my dog and the fireplace going and watching some old Christmas movie on TV with my family and having some hot cocoa.
I hear you, but also don't think Christmas Day specifically. Think the holiday
Christmas
season.
time, the holiday season.
Think this late December,
Late December.
Because when I think about holiday or Christmas markets, I would say yes, and I wouldn't think to say yes, but then I would think about how I spend all my Christmases, and I always find myself at some sort of holiday market. Like for example, there's a small Christmas market in Canvas Martius in Detroit, and I was there a week or two ago.
That's a nice one.
It is, and I enjoyed walking through it, and it's a nice. It's nice to see them putting up the lights and all that stuff. So I would say a yes to the holiday market, and I would say that, obviously, or to the Christmas market. I keep saying holiday market. I'm really ruining this war on Christmas. And then obviously, if you go to Europe, Germany, or Vienna or something, the Christmas market's on a whole nother level. But I enjoy going to those too. Obviously,
yeah, they are nice, and it definitely puts you in the holiday spirit, without a doubt.
Now, speaking of the holiday Christmas markets, I'm going to stop saying holiday markets. We're talking about Christmas. Christmas foods. What do you attribute with Christmas?
Consider? Yeah, I guess in my family, at least on Christmas Day, usually there's ham.
Now, okay, if you're traveling, what would you? Now, when I'm thinking of like. What I want out of a destination, maybe. So I'm thinking Spätzle. I'm thinking
we're talking
Glühwein.
Germany, yeah. Yep. Mulled wine,
And I have a list of Christmas traditional foods around the world. We could go through some of them.
Yeah, let's hear those.
Because for a lot of people, for me, I would say I enjoy food, and I think sometimes a big part of my travel decisions might be based off of where good food is.
Now, I will say this though too, Jared. I think another fun thing about like going to a new destination for the holiday season and for Christmas would be also trying some new staples of food in different cultures, right? Like we never ate schnitzel for Christmas, but you better believe when I was in Germany and Austria and the Czech Republic, I ate a lot of schnitzel around Christmas time. Schnitzel with
just around Christmas time though. That's the only time you ate a lot of schnitzel.
Only around Christmas time. Jared's saying that because I ate schnitzel like every other day when we were in Austria.
I mean we all did. So it's no personal attack.
Right. Well, let's go through some of these foods.
Now this one sounds good, but I don't know if it would get me to travel to this place specifically for this. Christmas fried chicken in Japan. In Japan, the Christmas season is the most wonderful time of the year for Kentucky Fried Chicken, or KFC, a fast food chain, because about 3.6 million Japanese families eat KFC on Christmas Eve. They often need to reserve their meal up to 2 months in advance. During the 1970s, KFC put together a holiday party bucket, and behind it a brilliant marketing plan. At the time, Japan didn't have many Christmas traditions. KFC filled that void by telling customers, here is something that you should do on Christmas. The trend caught on quickly. So KFC sort of is one of the at the forefront of starting like the Christmas tradition, like
in Japan.
People celebrating
That's
Christmas
awesome.
in Japan, kind of in a weird way.
Right.
Now, here's another thing that I can't pronounce. It's Lithuania. It's Kushios. Kushios, the traditional Lithuanian Christmas dinner, is held on December 24th every year, and hosting Kushios is no small feat. This meal, it's a feast. It's not like one specific thing. This meal can take up to a week to prepare. For Lithuanians, the holidays are about spending time with family, so a week-long meal prep is certainly a great opportunity for families to get together, and is likely why their tradition has persisted. Originally, it has 9 dishes. It was a pagan practice that later expanded to 12 dishes, one for each apostle. That's hilarious. The Christians are like, no, this is our holiday now. We get with 9. We don't really work with 9 that often.
Give us 12.
Yeah. We're going to pump this up. No meat, dairy, or hot food are a part of this meal. Instead, it includes fish, breads, and vegetables. Listen again, no meat, dairy, or hot food. So this fish, bread, and vegetables, all cold. Some of the items you might see on the menu are herring served in a tomato, mushroom, or onion-based sauce, smoked eel, vegetables such as potatoes, sauerkraut, and mushrooms, bread, or cranberry pudding. Now, listen, no offense, that does not appeal to me in the slightest.
Nope. Especially the idea of all that being cold.
Yeah.
Give me something hot.
Yeah. Latkes in Israel. So this is holiday, by the way. This is not just Christmas.
Right.
Since the Middle Ages, latkes in some form or another have been an important part of the Hanukkah tradition. Latkes are fried potato pancakes cooked in oil. This recognizes the Second Temple kept the menorah burning with oil for 8 days. Also, latkes, I wonder why, are also popular in the German Christmas or German Christmas time cuisine too. Another popular snack that you'll find at Christmas markets. This is a cold stone full on winner. You can never go wrong with
latkes are so good.
Yeah. I mean fried potato pancakes. Nah, son. That's those are game changers all the time.
Unless they're too oily.
That's true. They have to be crunchy because when they're too oily, they're not going to be crunchy. That's true.
Right.
But then you don't want them too dry as well. There is an art to it. But I think it's an art that there's a good window there. It's easy not to mess up, I would say. Christmas goose, which is a German thing. The German Christmas feast. Have you ever had a Christmas goose? Yes. Nope. The German Christmas feast is historically centered around the Weihnachtsgans, the Christmas goose, a tradition dating back to the Middle Ages. Eating goose was originally tied to St. Martin's Day, but eventually became a part of the Christmas meal. Often stuffed with apples, chestnuts, onions, prunes, then spiced with mugwort, I don't know what that is, and marjoram. The goose is served alongside red cabbage, of course, because they're Germans, dumplings, of course, gravy, and sauerkraut.
Sounds pretty good.
I've had goose. I've never had, I don't know if I've had it specifically as a Christmas meal. And actually, the goose I'm looking at has an apple next to it. I'm not a huge fan of goose. Panettone. Italy has numerous regional traditions when it comes to Christmas dinner. In some parts, Italy, they celebrate with the Feast of Seven Fishes. This meal includes 7 different fish prepared in 7 different ways. You would hate that, so we'll move on. Christmas pudding is a British thing, and it looks disgusting. And it's
it looks super gross.
You've seen that before?
Oh yeah.
My favorite. I'm just going to shoot to one of my favorites. I had a friend who had Polish roots, and they make these cookies that they wrap in this jam called kolashki, and they are amazing. And he would every Christmas I would get like 3 or 4 dozen of them, dude. Like they made a lot of them. And
now, see, that's the bad thing about traveling.
Those.
That's the bad thing about traveling for the holidays. If you go to a place where they don't have good Christmas cookies, because Christmas cookies are amazing. Germany, Czech Republic, and Austria, from my own personal experience, all have amazing Christmas cookies. But let's get more into these destinations, Jared. I love these foods, but let's talk some more about destinations. I think for a lot of people, Christmas and the holidays are a time where they can relax a little, hopefully not be too stressed. If you're at home with the family, sometimes it can become very stressful because I feel like there are a lot of expectations of, you need to do this, your house needs to look like this, X, Y, and Z.
It's very presenty to like your family.
Right.
It's like, yes, we're doing well. Can't you
Exactly.
see?
That's why I think holiday destinations or Christmas destinations are also a good idea. And I want to ask you, Jared, would you ever consider going on a cruise or going to like somewhere in Central or South America during the holiday season and Christmas time?
Now, to the second question, would I consider going to Central or South America during the holiday time? Now, that's a heck yes, I would. The cruise, if I'm paying for it, that would take some serious convincing. I'm not into it. If someone else is paying for it, sure, I'll go on a cruise. But nothing about a cruise really interests me. That's not how I want to spend a vacation. I rather actually see stuff rather than the same or ocean for weeks or days or whatever, however long a cruise is. Probably weeks. Most of them seem like they always end up being stranded for a while. All those Carnival cruises.
Right. Now, how about this? What about like a European riverboat cruise where you stop in some different cities during the holiday season?
No, but I would rent my own boat and do that. Get maybe one of those Dutch houseboat kind of things
Okay, Captain Jared. All right.
and do that. I mean, it's got a motor. It's not like I need to know how to work sails and stuff, you know.
Do you need a license though? I wonder if
Listen,
you need
I don't
a
know the
special
rules.
opera.
I'm telling you what I would like to do.
What you
I'm
would
not
like to
telling
do.
you I
Okay.
can't do it. And I'm
Fair
sure
enough.
you can make it happen. I'm sure they have a way for tourists to do it.
Right.
But I would definitely want to go to South America. I don't know there's got to be some great Christmas celebrations in South America, I would assume, right?
I would imagine so as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I think there's a lot of great places you can go during the holiday time, during Christmas time.
Do you have
It all
any,
depends.
Excuse me. Go ahead. You keep saying there's great places. You haven't said any.
I don't know of any. I would assume any.
I'm just
any
joking because I
capital
have a
city.
list. I have a
Oh,
list.
you do? Oh,
Yeah.
let's hear them.
It was just funny because you kept saying that, and I was like, I feel like he has no idea what they are, but he just keeps saying that.
Yeah, nope, no idea.
All right. Well, I have good places to go for Christmas because I have them. What do you know about Malta? I don't know
Not
much about
much.
Malta.
Me either.
Visiting Prespiju, or nativity scenes is an integral part of Christmas in Malta. Every year, residents proudly open their shutters and sometimes even their garage doors to display their holy crib confections to the public. So I wonder if they'd even have a lawn scenes comparable to some of the stuff we might see here in the United States, which I might consider
Possibly.
slightly over the top. Downtown Valletta is home to a lively Christmas spirit with carolers singing outside, the Baroque St. John's Co-Cathedral during Advent, and a dizzying display of Christmas lights on Republic Street. The Manuel Theater is well known for its annual Christmas pantomime. Mimes are kind of creepy. A visit to the privately owned Malta Toy Museum features dolls, soldiers, train sets, and clockwork tin trinkets dating as far back as the 1790s. It's a heartwarming homage to childhood. Ugh. New York City. I don't know if I'd want to go to New York City around Christmas time. It seems too hectic, but Rockefeller Center is there. You can go, obviously there's a very popular ice skating rink there. How do you feel about ice skating for around Christmas time?
Love it.
I love it too. I posted a video on our Instagram story a couple weeks ago where I was at Campus Martius. I did not ice skate, but I was watching people ice skate, and I just happened to take a video, and it was a 5-second or 10-second video, and at the very end is just a guy flopping down on his stomach.
Oh, jeez.
Across the street, Radio City hosts the annual Christmas Spectacular, starring the Rockettes. On the southwest corner of Central Park, Columbus Circle hosts more than 100 vendors selling clothes, gifts, snacks, and drinks at the holiday market. Fashion's biggest name joined the festivities, setting up impressive Christmas window displays. The most glamorous cases are the Fifth Avenue flagships in department stores such as Saks and Bergdorf. That's another thing I want to ask you about. How do you feel, how important to you is access to good shopping during travel, if you're traveling around the holidays?
I think it's nice, but it also depends. Have I bought Christmas presents beforehand, which I probably have? Unless, last year when I was with my parents in Europe, we all decided that we would all get each other some small gifts while we were there. So it can be nice if you're with
having
family.
a good shopping scene is important then.
Can be a good
because
thing,
you want to
yeah.
be able to find something that is both personable but also
and unique.
Also reminiscent of your time, and it's something that reminds you of being in wherever it is that you're at. Bath,
Exactly.
England. There are few cities in the world where you can celebrate the birth of Jesus and the birth of Jane Austen with the same amount of fanfare, both Bath, England. But Bath, England happens to be one of them. The Jane Austen Center, an on-site Regency tea room, is the best place to learn about the city's most famous resident. The Theatre Royal, which Austen mentions in Northanger Abbey and Persuasion, has a varied program of holiday drama, musicals, operas, and concerts. The Bath Christmas Market has more than 170 wooden chateaus selling distinctively British handmade crafts
Brilliant.
in quaint Georgian settings, straddled between the imposing Bath Abbey and the venerable Roman baths. The market offers a festive way to discover the character of Bath. Barcelona. Now, see, that is something I might get on board with. If it has a banging Christmas scene and the weather is most likely going to be pretty nice, I like that. Anyone who can manage to extend their Christmas holiday until Three Kings Day, Monday, January 6th, can catch up with the Melchior, Gaspar, and Baltazar in Barcelona. On the evening of January 5th, they arrive in the city, blah, 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 blah. Barcelona,
Oh, cool.
Finland, that makes sense. You would like that. Nuremberg, Germany, there are a lot of great Christmas markets there. Honolulu, Hawaii, that's what I'm talking about.
Honolulu
Santa
would be
Claus
cool.
dons the dons his beach wear for the Christmas celebration in Hawaii. What the Aloha State lacks in snow and more than makes up with festive vibes of holiday peace and goodwill. For those of you that
Nice.
can't see, Chad and I were giving each other some hang loose fingers. I really can't do it. Like I can't. Mine isn't fully. People can't see it, but like I have to
pinky
like let
doesn't
loose
fully
my
extend.
fingers a little bit to make it. Hey, brother. Anyway,
Because you can't hang loose enough, Jared. You got to learn how to hang a little bit looser.
Quebec City, Canada, and Reykjavik, Iceland, and another one I can get on board with: San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. And
what
then
is that?
Austria, Salzburg and Obendorf. Oh, San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. Piñatas, posadas, and ponche. How do you say Ponche? What is
Ponche?
how would you pronounce
Ponche?
that? Ponche. Piñatas, posadas, and ponche, some of the festivities in the colorful Mexican city where Christmas is both a solemn and celebratory affair. Leading up to December 24th, visitors are likely to stumble upon Mary and Joseph strolling the streets as locals make pilgrimages from home to home singing to ask for posada or beg for shelter as they reenact the journey to Bethlehem. Piñatas and ponche, a mulled fruit drink, that's what ponche, punch, cap a long evening of peregrinations around this cobblestone city designated UNESCO World Heritage Site. I love those. For
That
its
sounds
wealth
great.
of grand churches, well-preserved architecture, and grand zocalos. I can get on board
Very
with that,
nice.
too.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, Frankenmuth, Michigan. Have you ever been to Frankenmuth, Michigan, Chad?
I have many times.
Do you know it's, or as we call it here, Michigan's Little Bavaria?
Yep.
How do you feel about that nomenclature, Michigan's Little Bavaria? I've been there, but it's been a long time.
I think it's fitting. I think little needs to be emphasized there because Frankenmuth is pretty small. But it's a beautiful little town, and they have the biggest Christmas store in the United States called Bronner's Christmas Market, which is huge. You can spend hours in that place. I
Yeah.
took some friends from Germany there, and they were amazed by how just enormous the place was.
Yeah, I don't know how far away it is for me. I was considering taking my girlfriend who's not from
You should. You
not
should.
from here. Yeah,
And
maybe I will.
take her to the what is it? Is it called the Frankenmuth Inn? That there's that big hotel where they have that really good chicken dinner, and it's like
Yes, I've heard of the chicken dinner.
Mm-hmm.
People roll their eyes at that chicken dinner.
really. I think it's
You think
pretty
it's good? Is
Yeah.
it like a fried? Is it like it's not schnitzel style?
No, you get fried chicken. You get like a bunch of stuff. You get because you just buy it's. That was the thing I guess I kind of disliked about it. I took my friends from Germany there, and it's basically like one thing. Like you get your fried
you order
chicken.
the chicken dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm looking at it though. It looks good.
Yeah, it's really good.
What if it's only two of us and one of us is a vegetarian? Not me, but my girlfriend's a vegetarian, so I'm going to be
Then
eating
I
a
wouldn't
lot of
take her
chicken.
there. I wouldn't take her there. I would take her somewhere else then if she's
And let's be
vegetarian.
honest, I have a black family from the South. It's not like their chicken's going to blow me away.
That's true. It was pretty good though, but
I'm sure it is.
If your girlfriend's vegetarian, you might want to go elsewhere. But there's a lot of really cool places in Frankenmuth. So yeah. But Jared, how about we talk about our song of the pod now?
Yes. The song of the pod is by a group called Los Acheros, and the song is called En la Calle, which I all this time I should have looked up what Frankenmuth is only an hour and 20 minutes away. I could definitely make that happen.
You should. You should let us know.
En la Calle is on the street.
Or is it En la Calle?
En la Calle, excuse me, Calle, which is on the street.
Okay.
And it is a great song. How do you explain that sort of genre? It is very Latin American. You know,
I would say Latin. Yeah, would be the way I would.
Or not Latin
describe
American.
it.
Excuse me. I don't know why I said Latin American. It is very Latin. It's definitely got a very dance vibe to it. Did you see the video? It is very like there's dancing happening in it.
Oh yeah,
always
the video is fantastic.
Great dancing. A lot, and I love the sort of range of voices too throughout it. Like there were a couple different people singing in it, and I enjoyed that mix. And just the horn section blasting away.
The horns are great in this song.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, if you can listen to the song and not move your head or your feet or something, you are a crazy person. Or a robot, exactly. Because this song is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I think it's a really upbeat song. I couldn't tell you what the lyrics are, but it's really fantastic.
Yes, actually, I did understand some of it. Like I remember one guy saying, I come from." I don't remember now, but he said where he came from.
Oh, nice.
What's your? I'll go first. Let me go first. You know, we're on a Spanish kick here. We just talked about Spanish. My Spanish word of the pod is regalo. Regalo, regalo, not regalo. Sometimes they say the G, sometimes they don't. I want to guess it's regalo. Right.
Which means?
Gift or present.
Oh, okay. Nice. My word today is, my Chinese word of the pod, let me listen to it one more time, is mu di di, which means destination.
Okay. Chat, just so you know, you know, where you're about to wrap this up, I assume. I don't know if you have Christmas jokes or something, but before you wrap this up, I'm just want to inform you that this episode comes out 2 days before Christmas. So, you know, I don't know if you want to somehow work that into your little wrap up there. Just giving you some pieces of information. Can make that happen.
Well, thank you, buddy.
Do with that what you will.
Yes. So, well, first of all, I think to wrap up today's episode, to recap it, I think there are a lot of great Christmas destinations depending on what you look for in Christmas. As Jared mentioned, I definitely like to see some snow on Christmas. So I probably would not be checking out some of these South American places, although it would be fun.
I like a relief from the snow because I grew up in it.
Jared's sick of the snow probably already in Michigan, and he's ready to get the heck out of there. So keep in mind what you enjoy for Christmas, what Christmas means to you. And I think for some people, too, a Christmas destination is not a worthwhile place to go if you can't go with your family. So keep that in mind. There are a lot of great places. Christmas markets are always a wonderful thing to check out during the holiday time, the Christmas season. So check those out. If you need some recommendations for any Christmas markets, let us know, and we would be happy to give you some. You can reach us at untranslatablepodcast@gmail.com. Check out our YouTube channel, Untranslatable Podcast, for songs of the pod, like En la Calle by Los Acheros, which is a fantastic song. It will get you to dance, get you to feel good.
Yeah.
So check that out. And also, lastly, please make sure to give us 5-star reviews on iTunes and Stitcher. Let us know how we can make this podcast better for you. And do not worry, I did not forget. I hope that all of you have a very Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas to our British listeners out there. Have a holly jolly Christmas. Enjoy the holiday time with your friends and family. Hope you all get some good gifts. Hopefully no one's been naughty and they get some coal. If you do, maybe you can make some improvements in 2020, which is right around the corner. And so we wish you a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays here at the Untranslatable Podcast. And as we say here, Dziękujemy, muchas gracias, and 谢谢.